did they rapping back? Carrying them back what they capping back. Bankroll mama, we know it did. We cashing out, we bagging that. Stacking up, there's zero. Certified neighborhood hero. You can try one of them. Better not try with me though. Hey.
Bring it in. Roll it down by 2. We're gonna go out here, run this play for the win. Let's go get it. I formation, 28 sweeps, blue 14. Watch left.
We to the man, Atlanta head caught to the left, turn to the back. Try to see we weren't having that. Sit with your ad, drop it out with Alabama ad. That would get for trying to battle rap. Head, be one and done. No drive, but we running. Walk up to you while you showing us stun till you up that jury and money. Playing game, thinking showing up funny till my young win.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Ryan Tannehill and the visiting Miami Dolphins. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
A Dolphin first down as Tannehill is on target to the former Patriot Danny Amendola. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down from the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And some room to maneuver. They can't tackle it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. first down throw. Watson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Robert Quinn in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Out of the gun, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Give them 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Throwing on third down, Watson flushed out right. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And Stills over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Ellington. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Come back, come back. Tiger.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Fuller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Come back, come back. Richmond. Come back, come back.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Tiger. Two jet.
To the air yet again. Watson eluding the pressure right. And this will be caught at the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Green the line. Two jet.
On 1st down, Watson throwing the out route and complete. It's Hopkins. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Two jet.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Richmond. Two jet.
Watson looks to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
He goes underneath the Drake. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be second down. Back to throw, Tannehill. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Tannehill now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Going deep here for Stills. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Dolphins are in for 6. And he puts it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes the Texans now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. 3rd down here.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. He sets to fire deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Texans. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Deep. Play. Deep.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. On second down, here's Tannehill. His throw incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. From the gun on third down, Tannehill. Gonna look deep for Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Faking the give. Now Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
To throw is Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw on second is Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Walt Aikens. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start the drive with Dre. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Here's Tannehill now on second down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, Drake. And some space here. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Tannehill on 1st down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Amendola, the intended receiver.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Richmond.
After the interception, here's Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And the pitch goes to Miller, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Watson. Buying time to his left. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. The Texans send the punter out. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going deep here for Parker. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. He was looking for Parker that time. And now it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
20.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Rolling to his left. He's letting this one go for... Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hopkins on the grab over the middle. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On 1st and 10, Watson escaping the pressure right. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Partner, if you and I were playing quarterback in this one, we would be really confident right now throwing it to him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's just saying, hey, I was all state, I'll make it rain out here.
Richmond.
Now a first down throw. Watson dancing to his left. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Richmond. Reset.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney Merciless coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep open. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Dylan Cole. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. William Hayes in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. That is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now 17-14. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
The return man is Grant. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy. The 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
A first throw for the backup Osweiler. Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Whitney Merciless in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Ellington now to return it. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin with a run by Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice
rush coming, and he's taken down. Robert Quinn. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Come back, come back. Two jet.
From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Dolphins have got it. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Time to establish the run game. It's Gore. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back now in Houston. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
On 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Third down and goal now. This Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. They'll try and push it in with goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They come out here in the I. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Able to slither by, and he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now a handoff to Miller. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st down, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Watson on 2nd down. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. And even 40 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. Watson being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Miller. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that. Super tough.
On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. On the completion, Frank Gore. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the...
And that's caught inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Wide open receiver complete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now Osweiler on 1st down. Flush to his right. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have 1 timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
A first down carry now for Miller. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job, to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. And Watson's going to throw it here. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Texans on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, Richmond. Come back. Richmond.
Now it's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now, Watson, escaping the pressure right, going deep for Hopkins. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Miller. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw.